Hello and welcome back to Music with Mascots. I am down here in the fallout shelter and I've been doing a lot of work rearranging, trying to get it set up nicely. Um, and I'm just kind of in the middle of it, but it's progressing in the way I envisioned, uh, which I'm glad. It's going slower than I wanted to, but that's the way things work out. So I'm in the middle of the project here, but I'm falling behind in getting some videos done. So I'm going to do a few today. And I'm going to start with some unboxing. We went to New Hope, um, Pennsylvania, visiting some relatives of Jen's. We had a very nice time about 2 weekends ago. And they had two used record stores, and then across the river in the town in New Jersey, they had a beautiful old used bookstore where I have shopped before when we were visiting the same relatives years ago. And they had a nice little used record section down in the end. And I added some records to my Impulse collection from them. And so I'm going to show you some of the records I got. I got a little bit from each shop, and each shop offered something different, and it was kind of nice. So here we go. I'm going to do these quickly. So if you want to hang out and see some records that I picked up, we'll go along. So this was the third stop I made, which this was the one in New Hope, the third one in New Hope, and the guy there takes really good care of the records that he puts out. He cleans them all, and he sleeves them. He does them first by hand in a spin clean, and then if they're still dirty, he does them in a Vivor cleaning. Um, I do them the opposite way. I do my records first in a Vivor, and then if there are still handprints and stuff on them, I'll do them in a spin clean. So I was kind of interested in chatting with him. So we're going to go first and go through these. We have first Ella Fitzgerald, Misty Blue. Very nice album. I'm looking forward to listening to that. I have Minu the cat here meowing at me, but I'm not going to pick her up because then I will be full of static and cat hair. And handling records we don't want to. Weather Report. This is, I think, the first Weather Report album, which I do not have. I have a full collection of Weather Report, minus this one. John Coltrane, Expression. Um, don't have this one. This goes in my Impulse. Yeah, I'm doing a terrible job showing these, but I'll get better at that. I did pay a little bit of money for this one. I think this is free jazz. That's going in the Impulse collection. The Modern Jazz Quartet, Blues on Bach. Leon Redbone, Double Time. The Kinks, Give the People What They Want. Got to give the people what they want. Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. I have this on CD, so I decided to get that on vinyl. Uriah Heep, although this is in the years and vintage that I listened to on vinyl, I didn't really get into them until I was on CD. So I have a lot of their stuff on CD, and I just added it on vinyl. Elton John, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. Again, something I like Elton John. Nothing wrong with liking Elton John. Something I have on CD also. Got it on vinyl. The Jeff Beck Group. Yes, please don't ask me how I never had the first Yes album on vinyl, but I never did. And it was there, nice condition, so I picked it up. And Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Also, this was when I was in my CD phase when this came out. So I have it on CD. Now I have it on vinyl. The world changes and we change with it. All right. So this next batch is the batch that I got at the bookstore. And in the back they had vinyl. Pee Wee Russell. Impulse. Ask Me Now. Into the Impulse collection we go. Rufus Reed Trio, Perpetual Stroll. Rufus Reed is one of my favorite bass players. Excellent bass player. I've never even heard this album. I'm really looking forward to listening to it. I'm going to clean that up. And Coleman Hawkins, Re-Evaluations, The Impulse Years. This says ABC Records, 1973. It's a look back on his Impulse years. It says Impulse Records on the back. So this is going in the Impulse collection. ABC owned Impulse. Oops. Eddie Jobson, Zinc. I think they had this on CD. Some of you may know him from his 2 albums with the UK. Another Impulse. Yusuf Lateef, A flat, G flat, and C. Discovery, Charles Lloyd. Charles Lloyd is just a recent discovery of mine. He's been around forever, but I had not listened to any of his music, and I discovered him, and this is Discovery. I have not listened to this album. I will. Ran across this there. I have no idea what. Oh, it's Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh is a reggae artist. No nuclear war, Holocaust. I don't listen to a lot of reggae, but I like it. So I also have listened to some Peter Tosh back in the day when I was listening to more reggae. Ran across this and thought, you know what, I'll get that. Karl Orff, Oedipus der Tyrann. Opera on Deutsche Grammophon is conducting. Raphael Kubelik. I don't know if this is a good version of the opera or not. I will have to listen to it to find out. Maybe I'll get John Yohalem down to listen with me. I don't know if he's listened to that. He probably has. He's listened to every opera in the world. Okay. And this is the first one we stopped at in New Hope. He had some interesting things that I hadn't heard before. Mike Oldfield, The Consequences of Indecisions. I'm not familiar with this Mike Oldfield album. However, I'm very familiar with Mike Oldfield. My favorite Mike Oldfield album is Amadon. He's recently done a Return to Amadon album, which I have streamed, and I enjoy that one very much too. Of course, Tubular Bells is just absolutely brilliant. For you prog rock fans that are familiar with Atomic Rooster, I had not been familiar with this album, Headline News. It's a little later in their career, 1983. Didn't even know they were still around in 1983. Gary Peacock, another great bass player. December Poems. For you blues fans, Howlin' Wolf, The London Sessions. Howlin' Wolf. Again, for you prog rock fans, the Canterbury Scene. Caravan, Plump the Night. Alan Holdsworth with IOU. Sweet Repeat, New Hope. That's the name of the place where I got this. Alan Holdsworth. Do love Alan Holdsworth. And RCA, PFM, Premiata, Fornaria, Marconi. This is kind of like a get to know the band kind of 3-disc set, which has got a whole bunch of their stuff. It's kind of like a greatest hits thing. I'd never seen this before, and it was reasonably priced, so I picked it up. And that's it. That's for my trip to the New Hope area. Hope you enjoyed going through this little collection of knickknacks. Some really good stuff. I got some good finds there, and I got a bunch, 4 or 5 Impulse albums that I didn't have to add to my Impulse collection, which is steadily growing. Again, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this little unpackaging, and hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I'm your host here, Ron Rutstein, and again, let's love each other, live in peace, treat each other well. We share this planet with everyone. There's no reason for all the killing and all the nastiness. Let's maintain a positive attitude. If you have a bad day, put on a record, enjoy the music, and thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe and make a comment down below. If you know one of these albums and you like it, let me know. If you know one of these albums and you hate it, let me know. Let me know why you hate it. I'll respond in the comments to what I think, and just comment nicely. Thank you very much.